Welcome to High Oracle's Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And so a lot of you have reached out to me in order to learn how to spiritually heal yourself. And like always, I'm going to tell you that you must be connected to God. Some of you think that, the practitioner or the healer is supposed to take on your burden. And it is actually the other way around. You are supposed to, fight the negative energy with the healer by having the connection to God. So that means that you need to have the holy book, the religious beliefs that you have. You need to have that holy book in your possession, a physical book. The Holy Bible, the Holy Quran. Let me fix this right here so you guys can see me. Okay? So when you are engaged in spiritual warfare, you will understand that there is a difference in praying and commanding negative energy to be removed from you. The way that you read the holy books is very important. You will need to understand that the rituals that are designed to remove these entities from you, they are very ancient in nature and they come from the holy books. That's why you need to engage in the connection to God. You need to start your prayer life 2 or 3 times a day because the entity wants to enter a vessel that is unclean, impure, that you're still watching, TV all day, Netflix, that you're still engaged in, drama, love and hip hop, the basketball ladies, whatever. Okay, you want, to see the first 48, okay, court TV. You are engaged in looking at things on the internet that is only negative, fighting, cursing, even sometimes some of the comedy can be dark. Okay, so we want to limit those things of taking in our body, consuming the wrong things into our body, and we want to start to purify that negative energy. Your healer, and I cannot speak for the practitioners, but your healer also has to purify themselves from the negative energy that is attacking you because they're helping you to remove the negative energy. Okay, so they must engage in spiritual baths. They must engage in, anointing themselves as well. So, also, a lot of you, again, you don't understand the cost, and so we try to make sure that the cost is effective for you. And a lot of times I will drop my price that's listed on my website in order to help some of you once I hear your story. Okay, once you come to me and you've been under attack for all of your life, 30 and 40 years, some of you are suffering with infertility because the entity has moved forward in your life and you have not been able to fight it. So this is what I do, is I teach a spiritual defense, and the spiritual defense is to make sure that you can engage in these practices on a regular basis. That I know that sometimes you're going to get distracted, especially if you're working, okay, if you have your kids. But the most important thing is that you are set up on completing the ritual, and by the time that you reach the point, this is what this is pivoting towards, that you purify the mind and the body, with prayer, with fasting, This is the point where you reach 30 days of prayer and fasting to purify the inside of you, what the entity has been attacking, what the entity has been dispatched to, the evil eye, the magic, the black magic that they've sent to you. We're going to purify that. This will not be, an easy journey, but you will be able to feel the relief from the attacks that you've had all of your life. You will be able to immediately feel the relief once I start working on your case to remove the negative energy that has been attached to your health, that's been attached to your mind, those psychic attacks, the evil eye that they've sent, these oppressive spirits. Many of you carry cross conditions. Multiple people are attacking you. And so, when we start to cleanse this negative energy, I always let people know that there will be signs, around you, people in your family who has been envious of you. And 555, as I'm saying that, that you're going to receive that change. You're going to see the change in those people that are around you, because they are no longer able to, have that connection to your energy. We have set up a spiritual boundary, from day one. Okay, so this is why, you have to be very tough on evil, because, it grows. It tries to grow in our children. It will try to make us feel where we are less than, that we're not a good parent, and that the narcissist is the best parent to your child. You will have to, set spiritual boundaries for your children. You will have to anoint your children, some of you. You will have to cleanse your house in a specific way. And, I wanted to make sure that you're understanding this, because when we're having these types of sessions where we are engaged in spiritual warfare in order to remove the negative energy, that also means setting physical boundaries so that the people do not have access to you. They cannot have access to your home. I've had people that I have allowed into my vicinity, into my home, after I had cleansed the negative energy, and they were able to, dump off. They wasn't able to reconnect the negative energy to me, because I did not let them near me. I do not hug people. I do not like to touch people. So once you understand that they were able to dump that negative spirit off into the home itself, okay? And so the people in my home, started to experience the chaos, and, they started fighting, and they started, acting erratic. Sometimes you will get the animals that will act erratic. So you will have to understand setting the spiritual boundaries is very important for this type of situation, okay? So you 818, and you're going to be able to rise above that negative energy. And so one of the things that I like to have people do, like I say, is to first make sure that you have the connection to God. And until you reach that point, there are some of you who cannot pray because you have been engaged in this attack for so long. And so when we start to engage in the spiritual healing and the purifying, the clearing of the situation, then you'll understand that I will have to pray over you some days. You will have to reach out to me when you cannot pray, in order to, help you to remove this negative scourge from your life, from the situation, and, from the inside of your body and mind. So I hope that you have received this message. I wanted to give you this message from professional experience, and I wanted to make sure that you understand what you are up against when you are going through spiritual warfare. And I hope you received this message. So please like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. You can book your one-on-one life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions with me at www.highoracle.com. giving offerings or donations. You can also reach out to me over all of my platforms. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.